right, everybody, good evening, and welcome everyone to the world famous Universal Studio Tour.
Make sure you place the filler right under the awning over here. Hurry up. So your whole group is actually going to go that way. Okay? They go left. That's where you will not only park it, but you'll get on also. Good job. You're not putting two cameras
Are you part of the three? Movie star.
Alright, welcome aboard everyone. Come on in, welcome to the world famous Universal Studios tour. Congrats guys, you have made it in Hollywood. Across that red line, leaving the theme park, heading on to a real working studio lot. A few things before we get started, some introductions. Hi everyone, my name is JT. I'll be your guide today as we take you out of the theme park. Back onto a real working film and TV studio. We are more working today than we have been.
Oh my gosh, these are
We got all kinds of production on the work today. We'll talk about that in just a second. First, I want to make sure everyone has a pair of 3D glasses. If you don't have 3D glasses, raise your hands up now so we can see and get you a pair before we hit. Okay, we're good with the glasses there. Everyone got their glasses. Alright, you don't need them on yet, guys. But you need them a few times throughout the tour, and I'm going to tell you when. We're rolling out here today on one of our electric trains. Our good friend Alan Roker of the Today Show is going to come tell us more about those right now.
Okay, so this is a good
I'm proud to announce that Universal Studios Hollywood is converting the world-famous studio tour trams to become electric vehicles. As these trams roll out, guests will be experiencing all the movie-making action propelled by the latest energy-efficient technology. And this is just one example of WC Universal's and Comcast's commitment to becoming carbon neutral by 2035, helping us all take another step toward reducing our carbon footprint. So, welcome aboard for an awesome experience that's also awesome for the environment.
What am I going to be doing by 2050?
That's right, guys. We're having a nice, quiet, smooth ride here today. We are heading out right now. Wave goodbye to all of those strangers to the left. We'll probably never see them again. And we're going to go see some cool stuff, though, on the line to kick it off as our co-host for the tour, the host of the Tonight Show and NBC's That's My Jam, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide
JT.
and the greatest driver.
Mike.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
JT.
it owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Oh, that's right, guys. First, if you need guest assistance or you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use the red cord above your head if you need assistance. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. And be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You'll want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. Alright, on to the fun stuff now, guys. We're making our way down the Universal timeline. You're going to see a few movie posters as we go down the hill to your right and left. Just a few out of over 8,000 that we've produced since we got started way back in 1915. It was March 15th, 1915, when Carl Laemmle, our founder, came and opened up the doors to Universal. He had the dream of us being the strangest city in the world, a dream he fully realized. We are our very own city. We have our own zip code, our own sheriff's substation, our own fire station, which you're going to see in a second. All evidence of our cityness. We are also a pretty strange place. We've got all kinds of strange stuff happening either in the park or on the lot day to day. We're going to see some real production on the lot today, guys. Quantum Leap on NBC, the TV series, is filming at our chicken ranch. When we get by there, we're going to have to actually go mention guys and some of our firefighters here. Looks like one of our minions took a part-time job as a firefighter as well to keep us safe here as we work in our little movie-making city. That was the other part of Carl Street. Not to just be a real city, but one dedicated to making movies. A place filmmakers can come and do every stage of production, start to finish, which is still the case today. We do have facilities for all parts of production. We're going to start seeing all this when we get to the bottom of the hill. We'll enter what we call the front lot, which is home to the majority of our sound stages. The first of which you'll see coming up on our left. Soundstage 12 right over here. This is our oldest and largest. Home to some of our most iconic sets. Everything that you see on screen. Then right over here to your left. Soundstage 12, built in 1928, it's about 30,000 square feet. Again, the oldest and largest on the lot. We're going to see stages 7 through 11 as well coming up over on the left down the road here. Stages 7 and 8 are currently home to Peacock's Bel Air, who we're going to hear from the cast of now to welcome us on to the lot, say goodbye to the park guys, and hello to Hollywood.
So what it is, you put egg on the cheese. You put cheese on the eggs and make cheese. That's right. Whoa, how many seats do you think are in there? I don't know, it's gotta be a lot. Yeah. We could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew in there. You know, we gotta get one of these for the mansion. For sure. You're lucky for y'all. The Banks Family Mansion lives right here on the Universal.
A glimpse to your left there, guys. You can see inside some of our sound stages. You might have to peek around the trucks here. Get a little glimpse into what it looks like in a part of production. Pre-production.
You know, I love the foyer set where Will first enters, and at that moment his life changes forever. What about you? Well, the Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold ice bath for hours. And that was I can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together from hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Oh, yes. You know, transport's the best, and they got the sweetest rides for us to play with. Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we'd better go talk to Transpo now and let these people get back to their tour.
Speaking of Transpo and all those department guys, you're seeing the examples of all that here on the left. We got catering, hair, makeup trailers right over here. This is all part of production. We use every inch of the lot if we can. They were standing in front of the sound stage in that clip. That was actually stage 14 that's coming up right over here to the left as well. This is our second largest soundstage on the property. You'll see also this big parking structure back there, just to the left of it. I want you to take note of that as well. I'm going to bring that up later on the tour. Okay, so just remember the parking structure on the front lot. Alright, trust you guys. Stage 14 here is one of the shows like Bel Air as well. Superstore, NBC, movies like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, with Jim Carrey, the story brought down to Crockett. Jurassic Park, where they first meet the dinosaurs, that was done there in 14 as well. We celebrated 30 years of Jurassic Park this last summer. We're going to get some Jurassic Park fun later on the tour. We'll also talk a lot about Steven. Stay tuned. The studio post building on your left there, that's used for post-production services like sound and mixing and editing, scoring the film. Everything that goes into play once you finish filming might be done right there in the studio post building. To your right here, guys, more of our TV stages on the front lot. Stages 16 and 17 are on the basic element of Peacock, our streaming service we launched back in 2020. Speaking of Peacock, guys, our first celebrity sighting right to the left. The world famous talkies way back in the day. These were used by stars like Marlon Brando, Jimmy Stewart, Doris Day. This road reminded of shows like Dawson's Creek and The Vampire Diaries. We'll see Mark Platt Productions. Here in the back in a second, there are the team working on the movie version of Wicked, the musical, coming out next year. They also brought you films like Rock Avalon. You see them back there, that big Wicked ball thing is. Bungalow 5195 coming up on our left. This was Alfred Hitchcock's old office. Right here next to the number.
Blue said you can move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a fry.
Hitchcock was walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the line. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I love working with him. I highly respect him.
We're going to get more Hitchcock history in a little bit as well, guys. So keep an eye out for any birds or psychos. But there on the left, stages 25 and 26. 25 is Hunter Lopez versus Lopez with George Lopez on NBC. These are some of our newest stages. They were first used in 2016 for NBC's Hairspray live musical aired from the lot. Now this does kind of mark the end of the front lot, guys. We're going to transition now to the back lot. We'll see less sound stages, more of our practical sets and facades. Now, as we go over the back lot, we're taking a little excursion, guys, off the mainland. We're going to head out to the island called Skull Island. Here's director Peter Jackson to tell us more as we approach.
The original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV.
We have a few stages, but not as many. No tours.
I wanted to become Kong literally does that.
I used to know
You're on board a ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you on the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right, so make sure that we stay seated at all times. Keep your hands and feet inside the tram, hold on to all of your dials, everything you don't want to go the rest of the night without, like your cell phone and your children grab. Gonna be a bumpy ride. We're gonna learn a little bit more about the island from Peter Jackson himself as well, to make sure we're fully prepared for the journey that lies just ahead of us.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film, and this is another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Alright, my friends, the gates of Skull Island are opening as we speak. my bearings here real quick. I think you saved our lives. Car 1, 2, 3, 4. Step into the light. Let me see. All skulls are intact. So, I don't want to lose my job. That was some of the most advanced 3D technology in the industry. Brought to you by Weta FX. They're also behind visuals and films like King Kong for The Lord of the Rings, The Jungle Book, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Avatar, The Way of Water, which they just won their 7th Academy Award for. You see the screens there, 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide, all brought to you by Weta FX.
With a Flashback Studio Tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Just real quickly, guys, on your left here, a little glimpse of our Metropolitan set. We have a State Farm commercial filming.
One giant shot. This is driving along through Skull Island. The screen represents where the screen is 10 meters away. They're already creating about 50 minutes of a feature, so that amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting it to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
See Peter Jackson on one of our trams there. You guys might have noticed at the end of our journey through Skull Island, one of our trams got pulled onto the screen. Now, anytime you see a vehicle on screen, we call it a picture car in the movie business. We've got some of our most popular picture cars coming up on the line here to your left. If you're a car person, good time to have your cameras out. You'll see, for example, again on the left here, the Ferrari 308. From Magnum PI, it's actually just a Ferrari shell over a Volkswagen engine. The Ferrari engine was too loud for filming, so they just swapped it out. Some of our Flintstone picture cars here, those are made of mostly foam rubber. That makes them more lightweight, easier to drive with your feet. You got the gyrosphere from Jurassic World, missing its glass shell that you never really had. They added that in post-production. The visual effects, because gyrosphere created too many reflections in the cameras. The picture tank, there, that metal tank from Transformers is not really metal, it's made of mostly. It's a good time, guys, to let you know we are about approximately at the halfway mark. I want to remind everybody to stay seated during the entire tour. The studio is private property. If you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention and I'll be back to assist you. But do remain seated on the tram, especially as we head into Dino territory here, guys. You see the Jurassic Park Jeep there. We're making our way onto this little island off the coast of Costa Rica. My friend John is going to welcome us. He's much better at it than me.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That's right, guys. We're going to see some scenic props and picture cars from the original Jurassic Park trilogy here in just a second. Coming up on our right and left, as I mentioned earlier, Jurassic Park. We just celebrated 30 years of the film this past summer on June 11th. That's its anniversary when it came out 30 years ago. It became the biggest box office hit of all time. It beat out E.T. for that record, another Spielberg movie. It was not only revolutionary for its box office success, but also for its use of visual effects. It was the first film to really use visual effects, things like CGI. Now, CGI, we're used to that nowadays. But back at that time, it really wasn't all that common. It took hundreds of people to revolutionize that technology that they used to develop the CGI. You kind of get a glimpse of that here. Some of the different stages of creating visual effects. A lot of what you saw in King Kong 360 3D there. But Jurassic Park also used several practical effects as well, animatronics, a mix of the two. And you'll get a glimpse again to your right and the left coming up here of some of the original technology. On our left, you'll see this green lab unit right there. That was featured in the Lost World Jurassic Park, the second of the original trilogy. I'll show you this cool scene with the lab unit right there, dangling off the edge of a cliff. We did not film this scene, though, on an actual cliff. It was filmed on our front lot that we just went through. It was not filmed in one of those sound stages you saw, though. It was actually filmed a few levels. Oh, hey, you guys, we got some of our Dino actors there. Looks like they're playing freeze. But watch out, guys. You see, we've got some rather precarious stuff going on around here. As I was saying, though, that scene with the lab unit, you'll see some of it on screen. This filmed on the front lot again, not in the soundstage, though. You guys remember that parking structure I told you to take note of? That's where they filmed this, a few levels up in that parking structure.
Don't move!
So visual effects, again, a huge part of taking a parking structure on a lot in California and making it look like the edge of a cliff on an island off the coast of Costa Rica. Again, those films are revolutionary visual effects. They made a whole series about it, and there's a whole book about it called The Making of Jurassic Park if you want to know more about that. Another important element, though, of that scene was the weather. In a moment here, we're going to demonstrate for you guys how we can add weather elements into a scene, not using visual effects, but using what we call practical effects. This is something that would be done in real life on the set, using real life things. As I mentioned too, Jurassic Park and Steven Spielberg particularly, no stranger to practical effects either. Spielberg, earlier films than Jurassic Park, like Jaws and E.T., featured really impressive practical effects and mechanical monsters, animatronics. So again, you see a little glimpse of the sort of balance between the two in Jurassic Park, the Jurassic Park film. Again, as we head down the hill, we're going to demonstrate for you guys practical effects. We're going to make our way into what we call Old Mexico. You might recognize Old Mexico here from films like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Nacho Libre, if I've got any Jack Black fans on board, or TV series like Star Trek Picard more recently. But as you look around Old Mexico, you'll notice it's fine and slowly here in Old Mexico. We're going to change all that, though. We're going to throw in some weather elements like thunder and lightning. And you're going to do that with practical effects using strobe lights and speakers. Now, to give rain to you guys, essentially is raise a sprinkler system high above the set. And from there, it's pretty simple. We just flip the on switch. There you go. Movie making magic for you. Now, if I have any little directors on board, you can throw in some backlighting, make the raindrops show up on screen better. Frame the camera just right so you don't see the sprinklers. And voila. There you go. Big Fat Liar with Paul Giamatti here. In just a second, guys, we will be approaching our quiet zone. That means we are approaching where they're filming. Again, you're going to see that in action. It's Quantum Leap from NBC coming over at our chicken ranch. I will take myself off the mic for a while. I'll have to turn all the audio down. But I'll let you know as soon as we're out of the quiet zone, we'll be back in action. It's mostly for me and me taking myself off the mic. You guys can still talk, amongst yourselves as you normally would. Again, we'll be... if that wasn't enough water for you guys, you are in luck. We're going to make our way out to the beach. We're going to take a little trip to another island. We fare so well on the islands here on the lot. We're going to head into some OG Spielberg history. We're going to take a little trip out to Amity Island. Spielberg's first major hit. That's what we're talking about. 1975, Jaws. Monumental for Spielberg in his career. He had only done a few TV movies before this for Universal. He was given a chance to direct the film. It went on to become not only one of his biggest hits, but one of the biggest hits of all time for a while. As we approach Amity Island, I'll do my best to keep you informed and entertained.
Yeah, we're not getting anywhere fast. No, it's also crazy. There's always offices. If you really think about it, there's a house. Yeah, it's an office within like the dog. Yeah. Oh. Merry Christmas! As we're supposed to get. They're not actually filming it. Is it daylight or something? Must be, yeah. Like inside. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like daylight. Half of a house.
Alright guys, we are heading out of our quiet zone there. Again, that was Quantum Leap on NBC. That's about as close to a production as you can get unless you're working on a set. We also just came up with what we call Wilderness Road. That's why I saw a little clip from Illumination's upcoming film, Migration. If you're not like our ducks in migration, though, you can't catch flight to your next destination. You might have to use more picture cars right there. to get to and from the place. Fast and Furious, Transformers back there with Bumblebee, to name a few. Now guys, this is a good time to give you one last reminder. We're about 15 minutes from the end of the tour. Make sure to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance, but remember to stay seated at all times on the tram, especially as we head into Hitchcock territory. More Hitchcock history, as I promised you. This is the infamous Bates Motel from 1960s classic Psycho. Hey, look, guys. It's the owner of the motel, Norman Bates. Anyone need a room while you're in LA? Maybe I'll grab his attention. Hey, Norman. Norman, buddy, we've got some out-of-towners here that might need a room or two.
Not a dead body.
That's not luggage. You know what, guys? Maybe we'll just keep heading down the psychopath here. I think I saw some better options a little further down the road. You know, we'll just let Norman get on with his business. We don't want to interfere, Norman. Truly, we're okay. We're just gonna keep. Watch out back there, Corporal! I want you all to survive to the sequel, or at least the tour, preferably. You guys, he's a nice guy. I promise, nice guy. He just must be having a day. You know, we all have those days, right? This is the original Psycho house. To the left, look there. That is Mother up there in her rocking chair. You might get a glimpse of her. She doesn't get out too much these days. A little bit of a homebody, if you will. Now, Psycho helps him in Hitchcock as the master of suspense. We're going to go from one master to the next. We're circling back to Steven Spielberg, one of the sets from his 2005 sci-fi epic, War of the Worlds. You saw some Spielberg history earlier with Jaws, the silent film version. This is War of the Worlds,
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. That's right. Now, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
This right here is a great example of what we call art direction, how they dress and design a set, how they give it its specific, unique look and feel, its aesthetic. That's a real Boeing 747 on the left that Spielberg and team purchased from an airplane graveyard just north of us in the Mojave Desert. They bought that plane for about $60,000. A pretty good deal if you're in the marketplace for an airplane. Good to know those exist. It did cost them about $200,000 though, just to have it delivered to the lot. It's always the shipping fees that's how they get you guys. So watch out for those. They had to chop the plane in 4 parts there, slice off the tops, just to get it under the highway overpasses and on property. Now, Spielberg made you think it's the aliens in the film that did that to the plane, but it was really just a logistical thing. The right side of the set, that was a recreation of a real neighborhood in New Jersey where they were filming on location, as they would say, before the plane crashes. So they came back to the lot to add in the plane crash, and they rebuilt that neighborhood where they had been exactly as it was in real life. We've had people from that neighborhood come and take the tour and see their neighborhood on a real studio lot. So if you ever see a film crew on your street, as inconvenient as it could be at Jurassic Park, we've used this set though in other productions since War of the Worlds. Nicki Minaj and Rihanna's music video for the song Fly. They used the plane crash site there. We also have used that to train search and rescue animals, one of the Lotsville type crews. But as we leave War of the Worlds, we're going to make our way from a veteran like Spielberg to a more recent filmmaker to call Universal home. We're going to make our way up the street to Jupiter's Claim. This is one of the sets from Oscar winner Jordan Peele's latest feature film, Nope. Came out last summer of 2022. It was the first set to ever debut on the studio tour the same day as the film came out in theaters. That was because after they finished filming, they broke the set pieces down, brought them back to the lot, and rebuilt Jupiter's Claim. So you guys get your own little look at Jupiter's Claim. Again, as we make our way up the road, we'll be entering in just a second. I'm going to throw it over to Jordan Peele himself. He's going to welcome us into Jupiter's Claim. Jordan Peele, again, an Oscar winner for his first feature film, Get Out.
Magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Here town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot.
Now, quickly as we can, on to our next set, Sullivan's Garage there to your right. This is the hideout for Dom Toretto and his crew in the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, you've all seen a lot of movie-making magic. We're going to put you right in the middle of the magic yourselves here as we get ready to go into the garage. It is a hot set. That means it's ready for filming. So to help set the scene a little bit, one of you is an undercover witness to an international crime, and Agent Shaw is out to get you. But Dom and his crew have agreed to hide us out, keep us safe, and undercover. So as we pull into the garage, we're going to hear from our Fast and Furious friends in a second. They're going to tell us everything we need to know about our first scene coming up. But inside the tram, hold on to all of your valuables. Have your 3D glasses ready, guys. You don't need them on yet, but just have them in your hand. I'm going to tell you exactly when it's a good time to put them on. And you don't need your 3D glasses yet? Makeup touches. So pull it up to our final set. Ready to call lights, camera, and action.
Speak now or you all get fried! This is our turn. Move! After them! Okay guys, it's showtime! This thing ain't moving fast enough! Roman, Lenny, hook him up! Don't think you're getting away! Way to go, Lenny! Don't plan another missile shot! Not gonna happen! Don't worry, I got this! Roman, don't shoot! Heading from the bridge! Under construction! Everybody hold on! Hit the matrix! Ride or die!
And cut! Great work, guys! That was Fast and Furious. Supercharged!
Now my Mona Lisa got Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
That's right, guys. You are all officially a part of the family now. And you are all also bona fide action stars. Great work there, guys. Round of applause for you. I knew you could do it. Great work on the whole tour there. We're going to be getting you back to the theme park here in just a second, actually. But I want to thank all of you on behalf of myself, JT, and the driver Mike here for coming and spending some time with us at the studio tour tonight. Giving you the real life look behind the scenes at a real studio here at Universal. You get one last look at the studio there on the right, as well as the San Fernando Valley. The same view E.T. had when he first landed on Earth all those years ago, right next to Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. As we head back to the park, a few things before you go, guys. Make sure that you got the Universal Studios Hollywood app if you're spending more time with us to get all the up-to-date wait times, other info for all of our holiday stuff going on. Also, a special shout out to any of our annual pass holders on board. It's always a privilege to see you guys. We thank you for coming back and seeing us as always. We're gonna pull out to the unload area now. As we do, my friends, make sure we just stay seated till we come to a full stop. The ambassadors are gonna come around and open up the gates and get you guys on with the rest of your day. But before we part ways, how about a round of applause for our driver Mike here, guys, everybody. Give it up for Mike and making sure we got to see all that cool, crazy stuff. Thank you, Mike. I thank all of you as well. As you can see, guys, I've turned into a black and white film here, but I do want to say goodnight, goodbye to all of you. My name is JT. I hope you have fun with us. I hope you have fun with the rest of your time in the park out there. Stay safe, be well. As they say in the business, so that is a wrap for us at the studio tour. JT signing off. I'll see you guys in the movie. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. If you see the Grinch, tell him I've been good. Don't steal my presents again. Not very nice. Last year.
But the problem is if we go to the office, we have to go straight to the restaurant.
Alright, so all my friends, have a great night. Have fun out there like most people.
You guys still want to do the yellow guys?
Try to keep it up to 6.